Hi, Kate Crouch here, and I am at the Missoula Art Museum in this beautiful space with Just Breathe. This is a portrait of breath. And today we are going to be engaging with this portrait with our own breath. So if you are able to join last week, went over some of the aspects of the breath portraits a little bit more deeply. So today what we're going to do is we're going to connect these breaths with our breath by mimicking the way that they were constructed through photography, by lying down on our own backs and taking some breath for about 30 seconds. So go ahead and get comfortable. If you prefer, you can be on a chair or just lie down on the floor. And as you recline back, if you have a pillow or something comfortable for the head, go ahead and use it. Close the eyes and just allow your body to rest. Since last week, when I experienced this portrait of breath for the first time, I have continued to think about it. I had the opportunity to take a trip on the river, and so being outside so much, kept thinking about what would it be like to capture these moments of looking at the sky. I didn't do it. Should, but I didn't. But all of these colors kept popping up into the screen of my mind. So as you're reclining back, just take a moment to reflect on a time or a place when you had the opportunity to fully relax and just gaze at the sky. Start to allow the emotions of that experience to rise to the surface. Feeling the heaviness of the body. Thinking about if you were on gravel, if you were in a chair, if you could feel the pokey earth beneath you. Just allow your body to have those memories, those sense memories, start to come to the surface. Fully engaging with this memory. Who were you with? What made this time so special? What smells could you smell? What sounds could you hear? And allow your body just to drift in this dreamland. Allow the images to pop through and across the screen of the mind. Was it night or day? And then go ahead and take the hands and place them on the belly. Feeling the weight of the hands pressing on the diaphragm. Feeling the earth coming up to meet your body right now. With every exhale, getting a little bit heavier and releasing tension a little bit more. Feeling the pressure of the belly and the breath pressing against the hands. Allow any emotions to bubble to the surface and then reconnect back with the breath. Sifting through these memories can bring up tensions in the body or sensations. Just notice them and then feel the pressure of the hands back on the diaphragm as you breathe. Stay for another moment. Heavy earth connecting with your breath and your body. And then slowly you can release the hands down. And maybe roll off to one side, keeping the eyes closed. And when you blink the eyes back open, just let your awareness bounce around from square to square to square. Feeling and seeing the different colors and patterns in this collection of breath that was captured. Perhaps some of it is similar to your memory, and perhaps some of it is quite a bit different. Just go ahead and allow yourself some time to watch and let the eyes wander. Noticing similarities and differences between your own memory and these pieces. As we think about our connection both to the artwork, just allow your reality to engage with the individuals for each of these pieces. Just like yourself, at one time, laying on their backs and breathing, their eyes opening, the camera to the sky above them. Noticing shifts and blurs where the belly rose and fell, just like your own breath coming in and out of the body. I like to imagine the lives of all of these different people, where they were and why this place was so special to them. As you start to let your eyes again move across the screen, picking up different images, perhaps finding someone whose breath looked similar to yours, to your memory. Imagining what it would be like to be invited to participate in such an important and broad piece of work. What it'd be like to be asked to have your breath captured. And we're going to bring some movement into this as well. So when you feel ready, go ahead and roll off to one side and press yourself up. Pressing yourself up to a seat. And we'll inhale and sweep our arms up. And exhale, just let the arms drift down. Inhale, reaching up, maybe looking up. And exhale, let the arms come down. We'll do that 3 more times. Inviting breath through the body. And just let the hands drop down, and we'll bring the chin to the chest. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder, chin to chest, and left ear to left shoulder. Roll through the neck. So you may have found that your memory created some tensions in the body, as I said, and that's just fine. We'll try and loosen them up. Start to make big circles with the nose in one direction. And then switch directions. Again, the chin to the chest, place the right hand down, sweep the left arm up, and pour off to your side. We carry all of our experiences in our body, whether they're good or bad. Press off from the floor, switch sides, nice and soft. And then we'll do that one more time. This time as you come off to the right, think about lifting through the sideways and breathing just into that left side body. So you're creating a little half moon shape. And inviting a little bit more awareness into the ribs and that left lung. Switch. We'll do the same thing on the second side. Back to center. Take a little twist, bringing out the spine, and then we'll just turn to look forward again. So a nice expansive twist in the chest rather than compressing. And go ahead and switch sides. Looking forward. Back to center, and just going to open up the hips a little bit. We'll bring our legs out in front. Bring the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. So we're going to raise through the spine, inhaling forward and exhaling back. So as you move through the spine, think about loosening up through the joints. Nice and softly. Of course, if you're doing this on the chair, you just have the hands to the knees. We're rolling back and forth, getting some movement along the spine and the back. The object of this is to keep compressed energy out from the low back and the spine, create a little bit more fluidity. And then assist the knees close. We'll take the feet wide. Plant the hands behind you and let the head drop back. So again, we'll mimic that idea of looking up at your sky, lifting the heart to the sky. 5 long deep breaths. Opening up the throat. One more breath. And tuck the chin. Crawl the hands forward and press yourself up to your all fours. We're going to step one foot and the other foot forward and find a hanging position. Just allow the body to sway a little bit, using the weight of the torso, pouring forward. Another big inhale and exhale. Peel yourself up, back all the way up so that you're standing. We're going to sweep the arms up again. And then open the arms wide, squeeze the shoulder blades together again, let the head drop down. Inhale, reach the arms up, tuck the chin, exhale, squeeze. Finding length and elongation through the sideways, deepening the experience of breath. Then we'll pause, we'll take the hands to the hips and move the feet rather wide. Go ahead and turn the toes out and you're going to sit into a little squat. So from here, we're going to bring the hands to the heart and we're going to move and twist with our breath. Inhale and then exhale, twist, pushing off to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, press. So going at your own pace, see if you can connect this breath and movement together. And if it feels a little bit tiring for the legs, you can straighten the legs for a moment and then move back down. Keep going. Breathing in and out. Think about pressing your internal breath out into the world and drawing in from the outside. Once more, each side, and then back to our neutral. We'll heel toe the feet back together. And just draw circles on the top of one foot and switch directions. It's kind of neat having those legs off for a minute. And then switch. And let the arms drop down. So once we've freed up the body a little bit, go ahead and look things back. I'm going to bring the whole experience closer. I know it can be a little uncomfortable for when you're looking at the screen. But I'm going to go really slowly through each and every one of these. So it's kind of hard to develop the same sensation of looking at something when you're far away. So if you're remote, I know that this is not perfect. These are all on boards. And I really appreciate, and perhaps you can see how they're individual and all put together. And I like to imagine and think about which constellations we're looking at. Clearly, some of them, like this one, the sky must have been really dark to see all of those stars. And this one that way just passed. Let me think about what could have created that swirly bright light. And we're experiencing different times of day, different weather. This one looks like shooting stars. I'm trying to go pretty slowly through all of these so that you can have a nice moment. Looking at all the different hues. Notice what strikes you most about each one of these. Notice if it's just the composition or if it's really that story. For me, it changes. Some of them, I think more about the repetition and the composition, and others about the story behind this 30 seconds. So after we go through all of these, I'm going to invite you to get out a pen or a pencil and some paper, maybe markers, oil pastels, whatever you have. I'm going to try and keep this with as much of the artwork in the frame as possible and not so much me. So if you have some colors, this would be a great time to sort of work across your color palette. Last week we did the breath drawing. To add on to that, seeing what patterns and shapes really struck you. If it was a swirl or a line. And I'll invite you to not just use your dominant hand, but maybe your other hand or both hands together as you just make your way across your own page. Finding the patterns and shapes that really spoke to you. Perhaps it was a swaying back and forth, or up and down, or some spots. Maybe it was the image of clouds. Go ahead and spend the next 5 or so minutes allowing yourself to find in your own piece of work here some of the similar motions. If your colors are out, maybe switching to the colors. If I had my crayons, I might cover my whole page in a color and then peel off the crayon to create these shapes. Maybe I'll do that next time. Just allow yourself to play here for another moment. I'm just going to move out of your view. Give yourself maybe another 10 seconds. And go ahead and place your pen or pencil down. And take a little look at the work that you've created. If you're watching on the stream, feel free to put into the comments anything that you've noticed so far. And we're going to transition back to the concept of the piece. Just breathe. Sometimes that's all you really want to do in one day. Just get through the whole day just by breathing. That's going to be your greatest accomplishment. And that's enough. We'll move back to this awareness of breath. Go ahead and again create your comfortable seat, your comfortable chair, your comfortable lying down space. You can close your eyes again. And with these images now quite deeply emblazoned, the purples and blues, the dark, the orange, the light, the whites, just feel the body get very heavy. And watch the colors move across the screen in your mind. As we connect with not only our own breath, but the breath of those around us. So you can imagine yourself in a little cocoon. 360 degrees, a white bubble of light surrounding you. And that white bubble of light filled with those memories of lying down and looking at the sky, the time when you felt very comfortable and connected. Start to watch your breath as if you could see the breath before it enters your body. Watch the breath fill your body and then exhale. Watch the breath leave your body. Continue to follow this breath, inhaling and exhaling. Start to inhale and exhale the smells of your plate. Or maybe, if your imagination was really reaching for one of these places, maybe it's even the colors. So that dark night sky blue being inhaled through the body, filling the whole body up and exhale back out. The deep dark purple of the sky, inhaling, filling you, and exhaling. As if you could breathe in each of these portraits. You could breathe in the orange, the sky and the clouds, the stars. Keep inhaling, breathing in the images, letting them fill your entire body. You're lying down and you just need to take a little peek over to see another color, another breath portrait. And then kind of like you're sucking that image through the straw, allow the image to completely fill you. Connecting with each of these breaths. Allowing the stars to fill you up from the inside out. Your whole cocoon just pulsating with these different breath portraits and colors and moments in time. And now that you've filled up your own cocoon of breath with your image and these shared images, begin to make your cocoon a little bit bigger. So we're pressing our own breath images out, maybe another 10 feet, 360 degrees. If you're at home, maybe that means you're pressing it out to some plants in your house or other people or a pet. And see if you can continue to breathe this concept of the breath portrait out bigger and bigger. Until it fills the whole building around you. And just let that sit for a moment. We'll stay there. Press that breath out a little bit further. Maybe it fills up your entire block. These different images and colors and sensations. Keep going. perhaps now picking a person that you would like to share this with. Like you're sending them your own breath. As you exhale, sending them these breath portraits. And then send one to someone you don't know very well, but you see often. I always think of the grocery clerks because of how much time I spend at the grocery. So go ahead and send this breath to someone you don't know very well. And if you can, pick someone that you've been having a little bit of trouble with recently. A person or maybe an idea where you could infuse this breath with them. Send them your breath portraits. These colors of calming and bright. Knowing that although this is someone that you might struggle with, they too are just breathing. And we'll send it a little bit further out. People you don't know, places perhaps you've just visited, to animals, plants, to water, to sky, even little tiny insects just breathing underwater in the savannas. Until your breath, the images of the breaths that you've cultivated, are being shared with all of the breaths. And you may even stretch out into the universe, noticing that although we might be physically separated, we're all connected through this breath. And just let yourself sit here in this massive connected cocoon that you've created. Become aware of other images or sensations that begin to arise. Memories that perhaps begin to boil to the surface. Very, very slowly, like you're releasing balloons to the sky. Start to allow these tethered thoughts escape your bubble and draw your cocoon a little bit closer, until eventually all of the images have escaped the cocoon and you are just sitting in this bright, white light. You are just breathing in and out the bright, white light. Feeling yourself hover here. And start to fold that light even closer so that you can tuck it all the way inside of your body. Your cocoon draws through the skin. Maybe place it back into right at the heart space or maybe on the belly. You need to tuck this white cocoon light into yourself. And once it's all tucked in, like you're burying a seed, you go ahead and start to move again. Maybe a stretch, or roll off to one side. Maybe a twist again. And feel free to blink the eyes open. Looking back at this piece, and I'll move slightly out of the way to see if there's anything that has shifted or changed for you. Maybe something that surprised you that you didn't know you had noticed it before. Again, if you would like to share, feel free to share in the comments here. As we take just our last few moments, perhaps you'd prefer to write down some of your new discoveries. Maybe it was a shadow that you hadn't connected with before, or a cloud or a stroke. We'll go ahead and wrap up. Take as much time as you would like, and of course, go ahead and whenever you feel like you'd like to share, you can always share in the event. You can always share with us new discoveries or thoughts of these pieces. Again, my name is Kate. I will be with you again next week. If you feel comfortable coming out and joining me in the gallery, that would be wonderful. And of course, it was wonderful to have anyone out in our community sharing anytime. So we'll end just by placing the hands back on the belly and taking a nice deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Closing the eyes to thank yourself for participating. And I thank you for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.